3 hours remaining, 2 players lined up. One of the 2 will join us today. Who's that going to be? We'll take a look in just a few moments' time. But for now, guys, let's get started on today's episode of Career Mode. Welcome back to another video then, guys, and welcome back to Career Mode yet again. It's been a few days since we last had this episode, but that was to give you guys the longest time so that you could actually leave your votes for who you wanted to see join us here at Inter Milan. Of course, we sold Partey last episode. He went to PSG for £90 million, which meant we got a lot of money in and we could actually use it to buy somebody else. Now, I wanted to show you as well how long it's going to be for Nicola Barella to come back from his injury. He's still out for 3 months, which is still frustrating as ever. And also, Peter Robinson is on the injury list too, alongside that with 4 weeks, which isn't ideal. But like I said in the previous one, that is why we've purchased Atkinson. And if we need to, Mbappe will go centre-back and we'll have to play Nathaniel Atkinson or Lynch Sanchez, one of the 2 of these guys, in that right-back spot. But obviously, alongside other things, I'm not sure why Demir Bay is like that. Oh, he's one-match banned, that's why. Alongside that, we picked up Baptiste Mier for a measly £1.8 million. And Eggestein as well for 20-odd million. So that was 2 very good purchases there. But in terms of today's episode, guys, we have a decision to make. And I gave you guys the vote. I said, who do you want to see join us at this Inter Milan team? You guys voted, but it was a really split decision because the poll went one way, the comment section went another, which is kind of a strange thing. But obviously, as you guys know in this channel, I always go with whatever the poll says. So if you didn't leave your vote and the person who we go for today is winning because of that, I'm sorry, we go with the vote. That's the way it works here. I know, like I said, the comment section was split, but it was really weird to see because it was like, as I said, one went one way, the other one went the other way. So anyway, just to show you very quickly, of course, some other big deals going through. Tobin has gone to Wolfsburg. Doesn't really affect us. Of course, we are Serie A, not Bundesliga, for 74 million quid, which is a lot of money. Juve have bought Enes Unal. That's kind of surprising on their front. 84 rated striker at this point. Not too bad there. And that's pretty much the biggest deal apart from this guy right here, Philip, as well, also leaving to go to Athletic Bilbao. So, guys, it's time to make our signing. So, your options were Paul Pogba, 90 rated, or Ruben Neves, 87. After checking back on the poll, 68% of people went for Paul Pogba, 31% going for Ruben Neves. So I'm assuming it was like 68 point something and 31 point something. But like I said, the comment section was split. There was people saying, sign Neves because he's younger and will have, obviously, more time with the club. And then there was also people saying that Neves is more of a serious player. But, as I said, we go with the vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, for the people out there who are a Neves fan, me included, it is going to be Paul Pogba. Like I said last episode, I wasn't really that bothered whichever way this went because I would gladly take either one of these guys. Both have serious quality. But Paul Pogba is the man that we will be trying to bring in here for 78.7 million quid. Yeah, a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, I don't know why they accepted that. I really do not. But we will find out now if he's going to accept this contract. Well, he's going to be crucial first team. That is for sure. He's on 165 grand a week at Bayern. He wants a 4-year deal. I think by the time this rolls around, we will probably be at a different club after 4 years. So, not too worried about that. For money, he wants 115 grand a week with a signing bonus and an appearance bonus of 3.2 million, which is a ridiculous amount of money. I'm going to give him 125, and we're going to lower this right down to 600k. That is the most I'm giving you, Paul. Take it or leave it. Wow. All right, I'll bump it to 140. 104.5 with a signing bonus back down to 800. I don't want to be paying out a massive bonus for no apparent reason. So that is my final offer, Paul. Come on. There we go. He accepts it. Right. Paul Pogba is in, which means, unfortunately, Ruben Neves will not be joining this time. Remember those words. This time is the key word. Because what happens now, he's going to have that release clause anyway. So should we get enough money and feel the need to go and purchase him, we can do that. In terms of what we've got left, though, you can see right here, unfortunately, not a lot in terms of actual money left. 5 million plus like 100 grand a week. So likely it is we won't get any more signings done. For profit, though, we've earned 218 million so far, which is unbelievable for the season. Very glad with that. There's 3 hours left in the window as we close this down. Pogba's back in Italy, not with Juventus, though. And he is here with Inter Milan. I'm sorry, Ruben. I will not be entering contract negotiations with you because, unfortunately, I haven't got the money, mate. I haven't got the money. Oh dear. That's going to end off this transfer window though, and it's been pretty good, I'd say. Brought in De Ligt, sold Harry Maguire, sold Thomas Partey, brought in Paul Pogba. There's a lot of deals that have come through, which I'm very, very happy with. And so far, the top deal of the window actually remains Thomas Partey. He is the most, valued in terms of how much a club has paid in this particular window, which was pretty mad. So, there you go. Partey, the biggest deal of the window. Paul Pogba, second highest. Thauvin, third highest. The three top parts of the transfers in terms of this season have all been coming in January. The rest of it was obviously in August. But it's kind of crazy to see that the top three came in January. Clubs clearly spending because they feel the need to do so. We've got a game against Sassuolo here, and we've played today against Club Brugge in a Europa League doubleheader. So I'm going to sim this one against Sassuolo. We're playing against Udinese because we lost to them last time. And then we will play this double leg header against Club Brugge, hopefully, with a Hellas Verona game in between. So, first round of the Europa League knockout stages. It should be us realistically going through, but I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get, super confident and then us lose. Pogba makes his debut for the club today against Sassuolo. He's wearing number 88. That is because Barella has number 8. After this season, I will be swapping that around. Barella will take a different number, and Paul Pogba will be given the number 8 shirt. But for the rest of this year, the last sort of 5 months or whatever, Pogba is going to be wearing number 88. Rafinha has scored to give us the lead. I was wondering when we were going to score the goal. Finally, we get it. Now, are we going to hold on to this? 1-0 is a very, very slender lead. I don't like 1-0s. David Luiz has just come off for Sassuolo. And it turns out 1-0 was enough on this occasion. So that is our first victory of today. And it is a 1-0 win. Very, very slender, but it is 3 points. We move into Udinese following that with the game against Club Brugge. But I don't know what my side's going to look like for Club Brugge. I'm going to be honest. All right. Away to Udinese. That is the side we're going to name Pogba. In fact, do I bring in Kangin Lee? No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to think. Oh, wait, actually. Yeah, let's bring in Kangin. No, I don't know, actually, because I'm thinking in my head, who do I want to start against Club Brugge? Okay, well, we'll start Demir Bay. We'll start Barco, though, on the left-hand side instead of Gordson for the most part for the minute. I'm also going to start Bastoni in place of De Vrij. And we're going to start Barreccia instead of Rulison. And they're the changes we're going to make. So, here we go then. First time with Paul Pogba for myself. We are facing Udinese away from home. It's kind of a warm-up ahead of that game against Club Brugge to come. Well, the double leg against Club Brugge to come. But remember, it is only the first knockout round of the Europa League. So, it shouldn't be the most difficult one we're going to have. Saying it now. We'll see if that's going to actually pan out to be the case, though. Alright, well, we had to transition, sadly. For some bizarre reason, my in-game sound didn't work when I came into these games today. And I only realised at the back end of the last game. So, unfortunately, it sounded really, really stupid just having me live comment over no in-game sound. So I've decided I'm going to post comment instead and only show you the brief condensed highlights. I apologise for this. I have no idea what happened. The settings all seemed fine on the computer. It said that it was recording the in-game sound. And when I came to edit it, it just wasn't there. Like, it didn't work. So hopefully it'll be fixed for the next episode. But like I said, we were taking on Udinese before we would go on to take the double leg header against Club Brugge. And we actually started off this game really poorly. First half, we were bad, to put it lightly. We were really bad. Struggled to break them down. I made the change at half-time. We brought on Kangin Lee, and he definitely changed the game. He should have got man of the match for me. You're going to see in the end it goes to Rafinha, but it should have been Kangin Lee for me. He changed the game after coming on. He set up Rafinha for this opening goal right here. Lovely ball through. And just overall, he kind of changed the way we were playing. You know, we had Demir Bay out there originally, but as soon as we brought Kangin Lee on, it changed the dynamic of the way the game went. So we took the lead through Rafinha, but our lead was very, very, very brittle because we knew that it was going to be potentially one chance away from them getting a chance. We put the ball in with Pogba there looking for Martinez. Unfortunately, we lost the header. And from us losing that header, they go up the other end and create their first chance of the game. A nice pass out wide to Pedro. Pedro and Maury combine. You can see it's a good move, this. But I was so frustrated by us defensively because we just couldn't get near them. Fofana has an effort. It comes off the post. It bounces straight back. And Wesley puts in the rebound to make it 1-1. So all of our hard work that we did to take the lead in the game, you know, having to break them down and find the chance with Kangin Lee coming off the bench to set up Rafinha, was all undone in a matter of moments by a move by them, which was good. But from our perspective, defensively, I thought we should have done better. So I was more just frustrated with the way we did it rather than them actually scoring the goal. Especially this bit here. You'll see Frank Brown, when he goes over, he's running diagonally. I don't know why he's doing that. If he gets back on his line, maybe he saves this. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on the goalkeeper. But even so, it was 1-1, and I was left red-faced thinking we cannot afford to drop points here, especially the way we have largely dominated possession, just not dominated the game. But we luckily got ourselves back in front with 2 minutes to go. Martinez on the end of a Rafinha cross as he put the ball into the back of the net. And I can see why Rafinha got man of the match today, obviously scoring one, setting up the other. But other than these 2 moments, he didn't really do a lot. And it was more sort of Kangin Lee coming off the bench to give us the goal that opened up the scoring and kind of give that little bit more extra up there that seriously did change it. So, yeah, we won the game 2-1. It was a lucky win at that because on another day we'd have drawn that 1-1. We wouldn't have got that last goal just 2 minutes before time. So I had to count our blessings in many ways. And you can see by the match facts, although we dominated possession, we did not dominate in terms of chances. So frustrated with the way we played there. But I had to put it to the back of our minds because we were going to go into game against Club Brugge in a few moments. But firstly, this game is broken. Look at this. BARELLA grabs January Player of the Month award. Bear in mind, guys, he has been injured for the last sort of 3 or 4 months. We've only just left January. We're into February now. And he's apparently picked up Player of the Month for January. He was on the shortlist. He's been injured. How can he pick up Player of the Month? How? How is this even plausible? It shouldn't be. Broken. I'm just saying it right now. Shouldn't be Player of the Month for that. Nevertheless, I'll happily accept it. You know that? I'll happily accept it. On the list as well was Demir Bay, but he didn't get it, of course, because BARELLA, who's injured still, by the way, guys, in case you were unawares, is the Player of the Month for January. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Anyways, let's jump into the game against Club Brugge. It's our first knockout round of the Europa League. You can see the side we named there. Pogba on the bench after his big money move here to Inter Milan. I decided on that last second and brought in Eggestein and played Tonali alongside him. The reason for that was literally because Pogba was not full fitness. He didn't have a full bar of stamina, so I decided to do that and change it slightly. Now, after 5 minutes, when you're doing this in the game, you're not helping your cause. De Vrij, I was fuming with this because it took Frank Brown having to save it for us to actually get lucky. But I'll show you this pass, right? This is actually meant for Tonali, 100% meant for Tonali. Look at this. That is where I aim the pass, right? It's right next to Tonali. He just, like, doesn't react to it. He doesn't react to it at all, runs, like, alongside it, and there you go. We're in trouble. So, frustrating from Tonali, not going to lie. But we were trying to find our way forward, and very much like we did against Udinese, didn't start the first half off very well at all. Took it to the 40th minute. Rafinha's shot blocked by his own teammate in Martinez. But at least Martinez reacted in order to put the ball in the back of the net. Because I would have been fuming if he'd have blocked the shot and not scored from it. Because if you look at this, it was just one of them goals that you just have to laugh at when you're in the game. Honestly, lucky is the understatement here. Through the legs of the goalkeeper, 1-0 into Milan after a poor first half. And then in the second half, as soon as the second half started, we put the cross in from Rafinha. Up goes Lautaro Martinez, and he puts it 2-0 for his second of the game, or so I thought, until we checked back in just a few moments' time here and realised that, hang on a minute, he hasn't actually been given the goal. It went over instead to the own goal for Zambrano. So Martinez's header doesn't get credited with the goal. It went to Zambrano, and I was like, really, ref? Really? That should have been Martinez's second. But I'm not going to complain provided we got our second goal because all these away goals may prove pivotal as another one came into play 65 minutes into the game from Ezequiel Barco. Lovely curling effort to the top corner. And it was a smashing effort indeed as he goes over to kiss the camera. 3-0 Inter, 3 away goals. Should be us through to the next round of the Europa League. You'd like to think anyways, especially given the circumstances. This is the first knockout round. If we can't advance from this stage, we're not going to win it. And that's what the board want us to do. So let's face it, we should be getting ourselves through here. However, with 20 minutes to go, decided to do this. And I don't really know what this was, in all seriousness. Because the finish from Christian Benteke was unbelievable. How am I supposed to save that? In what universe are we supposed to expect Frank Brown to save that shot? Realistically, none. We're not expecting him to save it. That was something else, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if Benteke completely meant it like that, but he certainly got it in there. And it was just such an unreal strike that I had to hold my hands up and say, fair play. Luckily, we did score the 3 goals before this, so we were still 3-1 in front. But it was more just that had to be the goal of the game. It was just unbelievable the way that ball went in. At full time, though, the referee brought it to a close. The 3-1 win is enough. It gets us 3 away goals, which means we can lose the game at home 2-0 and still be through to the next round of the Europa League. Although, remember, we don't really want us to lose that game 3-0. 2-0. We want that to be us winning the game at the San Siro. Match facts-wise, dominant this time. Not as poor as we were against Udinese. A little bit better in this front. And we were able to get ourselves a really good advantage going into the second leg. PSV beating Arsenal. A couple of really interesting results in there as well. I'll show you a few more when we come towards the back end of today's episode. But next up was a sim game. Hellas Verona at home before that second leg against Club Brugge, thinking we're going to win this one easy days. We also get ourselves an offer from England to become their manager, which I went ahead and gladly accepted. I won't mind myself becoming the England boss. Not sure what I'm going to do with England in this series, whether or not we're actually going to play the games or not. It was more just kind of for the aspect of having the job. I guess it's just nice to have it. So went ahead and accepted it. Look at the side on the left-hand side of your screen, by the way. Look how good this team is. And we went 1-0 down after 23 minutes. Gordon equalised, right? Kamaru came on for Hellas Verona. I was thinking, do not dare draw this 1-1. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, what on earth is going on with us today? First against Udinese, we nearly throw the points away there. Then at home to Hellas Verona with an unbelievable side at the helm. And we decide we want to draw that 1-1 too. Luckily, Milan did draw their game as well. So they are still 6 points behind us, I think. So that's not too bad anyways. Moving into the final game though, guys. Club Brugge again, the second leg back at the San Siro. You can see changes were made. De Vrij out the side, Bastoni in, Kengan Lee in as well. Tonali alongside Pogba. Pogba, by the way, in this episode, I'm not going to lie. I don't know why we paid 78 million quid for him, because he had a nightmare today. Just was misplacing passes everywhere. Shots weren't great, and just overall didn't have a great episode. But neither did we. Neither did we. 10 minutes into this game at the San Siro, and we were 1-0 down. Like I said to you, they only need to get this 2-0, and we would still be through the away goals. 3-0 would send them through. And after 10 minutes, to go 1-0 down is not the start you want at the San Siro. Put it that way. So I kind of didn't know what to make of this. So I was sat here thinking, what do I do now? Do I go forward and try and get a goal? Do I sit back and just try and defend? What do we do in this situation? Because it seems like every shot they're taking is so accurate and so powerful. The 2 goals they scored were unbelievable finishes. That has to be said. Things got worse, though. When 22 minutes in, they nearly got another one. Yep, they were playing us off the park here, and I didn't know what to do to change it. Second half came out again, Benteke inside, and once again, we were very lucky that they didn't put the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-0. I don't know how they missed this, and I think it was actually a slight touch, you'll see, from the sliding tackle of Bastoni that maybe put off their striker. But after 90 minutes of football at the San Siro, I genuinely sat there and had to count our blessings, because ultimately, we're into the next round of the Europa League. But to put it bluntly, we didn't deserve to be. That performance there at the San Siro at home, a 1-0 defeat to Club Brugge, having not broken them down and having a clear-cut chance in the 90 minutes, was not good enough. That is putting it lightly. So next round, whoever we pull, which you're going to see in just a few moments' time, it's going to be Saint Etienne. We must improve. We must improve. Arsenal lost to PSV over the 2 legs, so they are out. There's a few real tough tests still in there. Chelsea and Man United still in the Europa League 2. You can see Chelsea got Benfica, Manchester United facing Sampdoria, and Napoli still in here as well. They will play Stuttgart. But we were very, very lucky to make that through. Let's just be said on paper. There was also a thing asking me to show how Brighton are getting on, so you'll see that in just a few moments' time. I'll show you how they're currently playing as well. And we'll check out how they're doing over in England. They're not doing too badly at all either, so good work from them. But today, guys, that is going to be it for the first video of the day. We're going to be uploading another video at 6 PM tonight. Hopefully, I will get the in-game sound sorted for that one as well. Apologies for it today. I literally didn't realise until the end of the video towards that back end of the Club Brugge game. So, like I said, apologies for that. But sometimes it happens, guys. It's at least I worked it out now and didn't record, 4 or 5 videos with it happening like that. So, at least I worked it out. Until then, though, guys, thank you all for watching this episode. If you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. And I'll catch you all again at 6 PM UK time tonight for another video. Adios.